I'm Anil Kumar, and here is a thinking question on algebraic expressions. The question is, a value n is substituted for each expression to get the number 24. Find each value of n. So in this particular example, you need to find what value of n will result into 24 for the whole expression. So that is what you need to figure out. So this is kind of estimating the value of expression, right? So you need to estimate n, that is, so what value of n will make the expression as equal to 24, right? So that is the question for you. So you can pause the video, try it out, and then look into my suggestions, right? So what we're looking for here is that each expression should be equal to 24. So let me write the number 24 here just to remind that this expression value should be 24. And what is that value of n which can do so? So that is how you need to think about it. Okay, so we can apply the method of substitution, substitute a value, but how to substitute and what value to substitute? So we could have two strategies. First is intuition. So intuition is, when you look at a question, you just get a value, right? So, or you could guess, right? You can guess and then check. And most scientific way of doing it is systematic trial. So you could use any of these methods to solve this particular question, right? So now try it out. It's a very interesting exercise. So you can actually use any of these methods. You can just guess, right? So for example, the first one, let's make a guess for the first one. So we need 24. 5 times what is close to 24? Just one more than that. 5 times 5. So what we can do here is we can just try it out. So we say it seems that 5 times 5 minus 1 should give me the value, right? So we know 5 times 5 is 25. 1 less than 25 is 24. Yes, that works for us. So we say n equals to 5 in this particular case. So that is how you could find a value, right? So that is kind of a guess and check, right? So we guessed, so we need a number 24 when you take away 1 from it. So that number 5 times n should be 25, and we know 5 times 5 is 25. So n equals to 5 is a very good guess. So we guessed it and then checked, yes indeed it works, correct? So that is how you could actually estimate. So you can now pause the video, estimate rest of the answers. Now we have 2 times n plus 3 is 24. So if I take away 3, I get 21, right? So in this particular case, what do I get? I get a decimal number, right? So what we can do is, you could get decimal numbers also. So remember that part. So what we are looking here, we can guess and check. So let me try 2 times 10. So if I do 2 times 10, 2 times 10, and then add 3, what do I get? I get 23. So I'm close to 24, but not quite there. So the number should be slightly more than that. So, okay. So in that case, let me try the next number, right? So the next number is 11. So I'll try 2 times 11 plus 3 and then check what my answer could be. So 2 times 11 is 22 and 22 plus 3 is 25. So 25 is one more than 24. So it seems that n equals to, so let me write down the answer somewhere here. So okay, so we'll write n equals to, in between the two numbers, 10.5 or 10 and a half, correct? So let us see if it works. So we have 2 times 10 and a half plus 3. So 2 times 10 is 20 and half means 21, half of 2, right? So we have 21 plus 3, and that indeed is 24. So that works. So sometimes we have to do a systematic trial. So this is a case of systematic trial, right? It wasn't an easy thing to do, right? Okay, the next one here is 30 take away twice a number is 24. Now how do you get 24 from 30? So that means we have to take away 6. So our thinking is take away 6. Take away 6. Now twice that number is 6, that means n should be equals to half of 6, and that is 3. Do you get the idea? So when we look at an expression, we have to think about a strategy. So we say 30 take away twice a number is 24. That number as a whole should be 6. And so twice the number is 6. So the number is half of 6. That means 3. You get the idea. So likewise, we will move forward and estimate the value of n. Now here it is another very difficult question. It says 4 times something is 24. Now 4 times what is 24? That is how we are thinking. So we say 4 times, 4 times what is 24? We say 4 times 6 is 24, correct? Okay, that is fine. So now 2n minus 4 is 6. Then we say, okay, that means 2n minus 4 should be equals to 6. So we have to work this out. 2n minus, it is like the very first one. That means that if I take away 4 from some number, I should get 6. That number should be 10. That means that 2n should be 10. And n should be half of 10. So n should be equals to 5. So in this case, we have to think a lot to get the answer. Do you understand? So we get value of n equals to 5 here. We got n as equals to 3 in this case. Let me write down all the answers on this side. So we get n equals to 10.5, and here we got n equals to 5. Good. Now the next one here is that something divided by 3 gives you 24. Now what is that thing? So we know something divided by 3 is 24. That means 24 times 3 will give us that number. Oh, I see. So we need to figure out what is 24 times 3. Well, that is 72. So that something which divided by 3 will give us 24 is 72. Okay, so that's first part. Now how do I get 72 with 8 times a number? We know 8 times 9 is equals to 72, and therefore n is equals to 9. So that is how we could actually guess the number, right? But this is again a very systematic way of doing things. So at times you need to follow some system to find the value of variable. It may not be that easy, correct? The last one here is n times n plus 2 is 24. That means product of two numbers is 24. And these two numbers are, one number is 2 more than the other, right? Okay, we could also say product of two close numbers. So 24 is what? You can find factors. So 24, we know 8 times 3 is 24. Well, the difference between them is not 2, so it doesn't work, right? So we say, well, this is not working for us. Okay, in that case, let's try 4 times 6. Okay, 4 times 6 is good. N could be 4 and 6 is 4 plus 2. So it works. So we get n equals to 4, remember? So we have 4 times 4 plus 2. You get the idea. And that is indeed 24. So I'd like you to go through this video once again. We have taken up 6 examples in this particular video so that at one place you get kind of good idea of solving such questions, and it will give you excellent practice for your test. I hope it helps. All the best.